Hello.
Hi. Hey Marcus, how you doing?
Good. This is the Marcus and Chris show starring Marcus and Chris.
Yeah, that's Marcus.
I'm Marcus.
And I'm Chris.
That is Chris.
It's true, that's why we've called it that.
Yeah, it's a nice self-titled show.
It is.
And welcome to our second ever episode.
Yeah, two of two.
Yeah,
Doing pretty well.
I'm pretty excited.
So am I. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I can.
How are you? How are you, by the way? How are you doing?
I'm sick.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
We're here to settle the pressing concern, the pressing question of our generation.
Pressing.
Which is the
Pressing
more awesome?
concern.
Shh. Which is the more awesome name, Marcus or Chris?
It's Marcus.
In order to help us come up with something, we've prepared a few examples of some famous Marcuses, some famous Chris's. And we're gonna weight them up.
Yeah.
See who comes out on top.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't see our last episode, we pitted Christopher Nolan, the film director, against Marcus Aurelius, the Roman person.
Roman Emperor.
Roman Emperor. I think sometimes I'll just be like, we pit Marcus Aurelius, who of course was famous for, and then we can just dog me saying the real stuff.
Famous Roman Emperor.
He was a Roman Emperor, and he did that. I've already forgotten. I was so disinterested in what you were saying last time. But this time, boy, do we have something for you. Boy. Probably should have worked out which one of us was going to go first.
Let's have a competition to see who goes first.
Marcus.
Yeah.
If I were to say to you, oh bother, what would you think of?
I think you'd done something silly. And
Maybe.
you're saying a bother for it.
Maybe I had done something silly. And sometimes we all do stuff that is silly.
Yeah, we do.
Stuff that's a bit naive.
Yeah, it's true.
If only there were a figure around that could teach us a lesson, could guide us in the right direction.
Yeah, if only.
If only that was a thing.
Yeah.
Christopher Robin.
What?
Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin.
Yeah. For those of you who aren't familiar, like Marcus apparently, Christopher Robin is a character in A.A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh. He's the owner of...
He's not real though.
No, he is. Christopher Robin Milne.
No, the character.
But there's two Christopher Robins. There's Christopher Robin Milne.
Which one do you? Which one's you representing?
I will be using a combination of both.
No, then.
We haven't really established what the rules are.
Yeah. Okay, you can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Christopher Robin Milne was the real-life son of A.A. Milne, who wrote the books. He had a bunch of toys. Those toys acted as the basis for a lot of the characters in Winnie the Pooh.
I didn't know that.
Incidentally, sidebar here, Christopher Robin Milne, Winnie the Pooh, and I all share the same birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
Same year?
No. Christopher Robin he's a lovely character.
He is.
He really is. People think about, when you think about the characters in Winnie the Pooh, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Disney animations or something like that.
I've seen those.
People think, Pooh, Tigger, Piglet.
Pooh.
Pooh, Tigger, Piglet. Kanga. Kanga's pretty cool. Owl,
I didn't like
rabbit.
Kanga.
You like Kanga?
No, not really.
It's an Australian thing. We have to like
No,
Kanga.
no.
And their name's Kanga and Roo.
No, it's...
Kanga and Roo. But Christopher Robin really just brings all the characters together, and as I said, the voice of reason, the guiding voice in the show, the voice of reason in the show, the guiding voice. One of my favourites, there's a story in which Pooh and Piglet decide they're going to go hunt a woozle.
Oh, dear.
That's not a bad Piglet impression. They decide they're going to go hunt a woozle.
A woozle?
A woozle.
What's a woozle?
Well, that is the question.
Oh.
Heffalumps and woozles. They're very confusals. Pretty sure that's a thing.
That's a thing? Yep. Okay.
And they're walking around the forest. It's been snowing. They're walking around the forest and they see these weird footprints. And they keep following them. And the footprints get close together. Close together. There's more and more woozles joining the pack, and they keep following them. But as you can probably tell from my hand gesture I'm doing here,
Going around in circles.
they're going around in circles.
And they're following their own footprints.
It's their own footprints. Christopher Robin has to explain it to them. What I'm saying is, without Christopher Robin, Pooh is kind of an idiot. He's kind of an idiot. He's only been able to dress himself, like, just put a shirt on. Hasn't thought about pants. Hasn't thought about pants at all.
None of them have.
None of them have. Donald Duck. There's a Hungarian word that literally translates as Donald Ducking, which is a word for wearing a shirt without pants.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the word?
It's like Don Duck or something. Our Hungarian fans will be able to translate for us.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, Christopher Robin, it's from our childhood.
Yeah.
It's from our childhood. I can still remember. Do you ever play Pooh Sticks?
No,
Marcus?
I didn't. No, I didn't do that.
Shut that anecdote down.
What's Pooh Sticks?
It's a game Pooh invented, and you go to a bridge over a river, and you each get a stick. You throw your stick in. You don't throw it. You drop it in, and then with the first stick to come out the other side is the winner.
So it's just a race with sticks.
Basically. Without Christopher Robin, my childhood would have been a very, very different time.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say that for a lot of people out there in internet land, their childhood wouldn't have been the same place without Christopher Robin. Okay. And certainly not without Christopher Robin Milne, who inspired the character. If A.A. Milne...
It is a timeless story.
It's a timeless story. It's timeless characters. You know, Disney's rebooted it just a few years ago. They had that new film. It's in Kingdom Hearts.
Good game.
It is a good game. And when you feel too bored progressing with the story of Kingdom Hearts, where do you go? The 100 Acre Wood, to just do some random minigames for pointless stuff.
Our audience is being researching hard here so they know what we're talking about.
Yeah, making a lot of references here.
Yeah,
a lot of references.
So that's your main point. Can I argue against?
Please do.
Well, firstly, there is no question that Christopher Robin is a fantastic character.
He is.
Like,
He's a fantastic
Winnie the Pooh is amazing. Lovely.
Absolutely.
The main problem that I have, correct me if I'm wrong, but all of these toys are Christopher Robin's.
Yes, that's the premise, is that they're the sort of the personalities that Christopher Robin imbues.
So they're his toys.
Yes.
None of them wear pants.
No, none of them wear pants.
This is a very questionable thing for a child to be doing with his toys. Clothing on top, nothing on the bottom. It raises a few questions. It raises more questions than it answers.
Let's stay clean here. There are two key points. My hand looks massive when
Yeah.
I'm doing them.
Now,
There's a
listen
few points.
to me.
Here we go. There's a few points here. First of all, if we're taking it purely, from the source material, in the original illustrations of Winnie the Pooh and all his friends, none of them are wearing clothes.
That's even worse.
I would argue there's something more suggestive about being half-dressed.
Very suggestive.
Then if you're naked, it's like, oh, they're an animal, that's fine. Once they put a little bit of clothes on, suddenly you're like, maybe there's something they're trying to hide.
That's why I question Christopher Robin's motives as
We're not
as
talking
child.
about Christopher Robin never put clothes on his toys. That's Walt Disney. And if we were doing the Marcus and Walt show, it'd be far more anti-Semitism.
Just Christopher Robin as well. I just think he doesn't have any human friends, which means I think there's something very deep there going, which he's actually a weird kid. That's my argument.
But we're not here just to discuss Christopher Robin, are
No. My person,
Yeah.
who I must say I have only known about for a little while.
Since you Googled people called Marcus.
I remembered him from when I was actually younger because my dad's a jazz musician and I have heard his name mentioned. Yeah,
There you go.
that's a jazz musician.
I'm learning stuff today.
There you are. The person I've chosen is Marcus Miller, who is a music producer and he also plays heaps of instruments as well.
Name some of them.
Hmm?
Name some of these.
Saxophone.
Yep. Saxophone.
And he's most famous for playing the bass as well.
Bass.
He's an absolute icon in the music world. He's won Grammys, lots of Grammys. He's worked with amazing people.
I've just noticed that he worked with both Shaka Khan and LL Cool J.
Yeah.
So
LL Cool J.
they're not the most impressive people he's worked with.
No, not the most impressive.
But
he's worked with Billy Idol,
Yeah.
as well. Who else have we got? Aretha Franklin. He worked with too.
Very impressive.
He's worked with Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, Frank
John?
Sinatra, Elton John, Aretha Franklin again, Donald Fagen. So he's worked with all these people. He's helped build some of their songs. So he has been a pioneer in the jazz world and music world in general, because Jackson, all that kind of stuff. So my argument for Marcus Miller is that he is without a doubt one of the building blocks of jazz, and he's helped so many artists become the success that they are.
Look, I can't argue with any of those logic. any of that.
Any of those logics.
There's so many logics.
I know.
Here's my question, though.
Okay.
Have any of his musicians ever had sex?
What do you mean?
Have any of them ever had sex with other people? You can see where I'm going with this, can't you?
No, I can't.
You can see where I'm going with
No.
this. I think that
Yes, of
Marcus
course they
Miller
have.
has had sex, and I want to know whether he's selling sex to our young musicians.
He's not.
He definitely is.
No, those songs. Look at those. Frank Sinatra never had songs like "Come and Have Sex with Me."
Yeah, but he also was a little bit homophobic.
Yeah, but that was, that wasn't Marcus Miller's fault.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Look, you've used the "we don't know that" argument a lot in our past show. You don't bring it in again.
Simply because you and I are both really bad doing research, and there's a lot about these people we don't know.
Yes, that's true. But you can't say he's selling sex. Jazz is not about sex. Jazz is like, if anything, jazz like
Sorry, you were making a valid point.
Yeah, I thought you were like, oh my god, that's a horrible point. No, jazz, like the closest jazz gets to sex is like blues stuff where it's like very sensual sort of stuff. There's no like, it's not like, Chris Brown,
My
who
problem.
has the name Chris, who's like, I'm going to put my bitch in the car and then drink some liquor.
My problem is not with jazz. My
Oh.
problem is not with jazz. And
Good.
my problem, to be fair, is not with Marcus Miller. He's clear, like you say, the list of people he's helped develop. You'd be a fool
A fool.
to try and argue that he wasn't influential in the jazz industry.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, though.
You poked me in the head there.
The perspective. I'm looking at the screen, and the perspective is just. Jazz is a very important thing to a lot of people.
No.
Very important. Childhood is a very important thing to a lot of people. I would argue more people have been influenced
By childhood.
by the childhood, by Christopher Robin and his adventures, than have been influenced by Marcus Miller. I think it simply comes down to a numbers game.
I do not agree.
No?
I think that everyone can go through childhood, but I don't think. I think a lot of children are influenced a lot through, the story of Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin, all that. But I don't think it's as much of a guidance as music in general. And jazz is a hugely influential
Absolutely.
form of music. Like for me, like children's shows were fantastic. Like I did watch Winnie the Pooh. I loved it. And I'm sure it taught me some deep thing that I don't understand. But for me, music, personally, music is a much more influential thing on me being a person than the kids shows that I did watch. Like I love those shows, but they weren't.
So I guess that's what it comes down
each
to.
their own,
That's
yeah.
what it comes down to this week. Now I guess it's not so much
Who's better? But
the person, but what they represent. What was more crucial to your development? Music or TV? TV, books, the kids sort of stuff.
yeah, it's an interesting.
It's an interesting.
We've taken a deep
expose
turn.
something.
Yeah,
Normally we're
idiots.
the banter's a bit. This is a serious matter here.
Yeah, so you have to vote this week because otherwise,
neither of us came up with an answer there.
yeah,
We'll find you.
we'll find you, and then we'll look at you for a little while, and then we'll think about talking to you, but then we won't because we're just disgusted.
We're cowards and we make
Yeah, that as well, cowards
YouTube videos. That's
from in the room.
clearly we're functioning in
Yeah.
society. So that's I guess the vote. Jazz or childhood? Which one do you think had more influence on you? Leave a comment.
Or the wider
vote.
public as well, because it's not just about you. It's you're voting as who is better.
That's true. Or if you think that either Christopher Robin or Marcus Miller is the better human being, put that down there as well. We'll tally up the votes. We'll have a winner for you in the next episode.
Of course.
Of course we will.
Of course, we will do that for you.
Will. Is that Christopher Walken?
That's no this. I'm not going to do what you tell me to do anymore.